para conocer visión.
Universal consciousness.
I think the content is slowing up. He's searching up his name, and there's not enough drama. There's not enough content stirred up. For Michael Murphy, I'm sorry. Because we know that the Connor Murphy name is shot. After what he did on the PGA Tour, after that little stunt where he was in manic mode.
Hey. Say hi. All right, we're starting the day here. Driving up to the 9th. Enjoying the scenery.
Oops. Sorry, con man. Sorry, cons. I thought this was going to be you. But this is actual golf content. This is actual golf content. In the cart. Driving from hole to hole. Filling in your holes after you chip out. Filling in your divots. This is real golf content. This is the man you should have emulated. The real Connor Murphy. Not what you did on that PGA Tour. You went into a hallucinogenic delusion thinking you were actually on the PGA Tour, and you ruined your chances. You should have been in the lab, not on the range, but in the lab, working on your mid-range game and actually getting on the tour.
Look at this idiot out here. All right.
It was literally one man at the PGA Tour in a golf cart that cannot even go more than 9 miles an hour. That's on the high speed. That's the man that got you down, Connor Murphy. That's what you had to prove. That was all the shimmy and shake you could have gave us? Con man. Are we serious? The security's in on it. Yeah, if we know, yeah, if we follow Connor Murphy, then that joke is very, very funny. Because nobody but him and the ayahuasca were in on it. You are not a god, Connor. You are a murderer that committed a murder in Pattaya, Thailand. But you ruined it, didn't you? This is the real Connor Murphy, not you.
Group 9A, good luck. Let's go.
Fuck yeah. He's actually going for it. He's actually going for his handicap. He's working towards the goal of going even par on the back 9. You see how he's gauging those greens? It's going in to out. Yeah, this is real golf. Not what you do in the driving range and just blasting balls after blasting balls and blasting balls and recording it. No, this is real golf. Come on. And as a matter of fact, when have you even ever seen Connor Murphy? Not the real Connor Murphy. Con man Murphy. When have you ever seen Connor Murphy actually putt? Man, this guy don't play golf. Connor Murphy don't play golf, guys. What was I thinking? He's a cosplay golfer. 90 days into that ayahuasca trip, the hero's dose of ayahuasca where he was clinically 90 days into that ayahuasca trip, the hero's dose of ayahuasca where he was clinically exponentially insane. Once he made a fool of himself and attached it to golf, his name was shot in the golfing world. He could never become a professional golfer. At that moment, when he didn't just practice golf, when he doesn't use the 9-iron and hits it to depth, he wants to do this.
How do I actually hit my 9-iron? I lied last time. I can't hit it 200. But we have a track man now, so
Look at the little distance queen. Let's go. Danny. Yes, sir. Never. And who is this? This is a little... Who is this? Come on, man. Thank you. Go out on a real course and show some real golf. Let's see. How far did he hit it, though? 202? So the launch angle, so that's the thing, though, is this is what we're going to dive into the nuance of the club. This is not what the club is meant for. So he's just worried about distance and depth. This is my favorite thing to do, is when we dive into the nuance. What is a 9-iron golf club? Length, distance, and loft. We see that it's slightly longer than a average putter size. A typical 9-iron has between 40 and 43 degrees of loft. This makes it easy to hit the ball high, create spin, and land softly on the greens. Since a 9-iron has a lot of loft, it's not meant to hit very far compared to mid or long irons. The average male golfer typically hits them between 100 and 140 yards, depending on weather, swing speed, and other factors. Ladies will hit their 9-irons an average of 55 to 95 yards. Professional golfers hit their 9-iron between 140 and 170. However, it is important to remember that these players have years of experience and are among the best golfers in the world. So, I mean, he's saying he can use the 9 and hit it at 200. But it's not meant to, like, that's cool that you can do that, right? But that's why there's like 30, or not 30, but there's at least 15 clubs in a bag. That's why Tiger Woods' caddy was paid over $1 million a year to pick out a club for Tiger to hit the ball with. It's because there's a specific club for a specific distance and a specific loft at par 3 that's surrounded by water and it's just a little island. What club are you going to use? It's not going to be your driver. Definitely not going to be your driver. That par 3, 210 yards, it's surrounded by an island of water and bunkers on either side, sand traps on either side, with a small patch of neatly maintained Bermuda. That very, very specific version of Bermuda, Tifway 419. I actually have about 10 pounds of Tifway 419 at my house right now. And it's literally worth thousands of dollars now because they've switched out the Tifway for Arden. And it's not the same grass. You can barely find that old Tifway Bermuda. But that's for another day. What we're here to discuss is the fact that Connor Murphy has been swinging a club for years and doesn't understand the nuance and the purpose of each club. But that's not what we're here to talk about. This is what we were here to talk about. Connor's favorite club. Oh, and Parent Fitness. Take a seat. Grab your popcorn. Go make a meal. Go warm up some ramen noodles. Have a seat. You see that? Wait. Perrin, I take that back. Come back to the case. Show us what you got. Come back to the case, brother. I want to see you put up another 2-minute and 52-second video on Leo and longevity. That's plus the intro. That's plus the conjecture. That's plus the outro. Come back to YouTube, man. Let me see what you got. I'm curious. Come back to the case. Let's see what you got. The information, the most pertinent information that I didn't bring to the internet, but was a very, very valid point, was the blood trails post-mortem. That was something that really Bishop takes the rook at e6. It tied everything together. Okay, had to have brought him out. Oh, okay, they had to have brought him out. Okay, they had to have put him back in. Okay, that's why the door handle's ripped off. Like, there's certain things that once you get to that process in your mind, it clicks, and then you can open a new door. This door has not been opened by anyone else on YouTube or period. I don't even think it's been brought up with Pattaya investigators. So my clubs were mixed up. Shorty used the 9-iron, the wedge, the sand wedge. And Connor was the one that used the mid-range. Does that club look familiar to you? Now, the exact mid-range that Connor used is probably hidden under that eagle right there, isn't it? Or has been disposed of. Are you telling me that that's not where we're looking at? Is that what you're telling me? That's all Connor Murphy is. He's a driving range specialist. I haven't seen any content with his little Vietnamese queen. Let's tap in and see what she's been doing while we're here. Let's tap in and see what the cabal's been up to. Been quiet. Been awfully quiet. I wonder why. And yeah, Foxy, stay out the way. She's the reason why she tied all the loose ends together when Canada went crazy, when Connor went crazy on Canada, when the daughter got whacked, almost got whacked, when the club got exposed to the masses. This is the woman that cleaned it all up. She thrown it out there, but like that's Tony's, you know what I'm saying? But Foxy will get it, bruh. I'm not gonna cap. Foxy is the real deal. I'm sorry. The reason Tony sprung off of this, look, he got to be in every photo. I didn't even realize that boy naked. I didn't realize he flexing way too hard. You notice with every picture, almost every picture, Tony got to be in the backdrop. He sprung over this one. But guess what, Tony? Let me give you a little bit of advice from one Mac to another. You know what I'm saying? One Mac that ain't got to pay you nothing but bread, pennies, nickels, and dimes while you paying Mac millies to house this whole bundle, nigga. This whole half a dozen, nigga. This is how I take your girl, man. It's plain and simple. I'll just tell her straight up, like, hey, he got to split his love up between 5, 6 individuals, 5, 6 shorties. All my love is just going to be for you. He has to split his love up between 5 or 6 other women. Foxy, all my love beam will be directed at you. She'll feel that. She'll feel that shit when I say it. Because it's a proven fact, Tony. It's only mathematics. You've had to disperse your energy and your love out to 5 different women. If I show one of your women all my love, it will be a wrap. It's a mathematical equation. And it has stood the test of time. It works. Anytime that I really show a woman like I'm really about that action, boss. I'm about you. I mean, they're head over heels. Once I start to buck and I start to be like, well, you know, and I start to shift my energy back to work or back onto the things that I want to focus it on, things start to dwindle. And that goes for all of you guys too. That goes for anybody in life. Like the energy beam that you shoot out, they're going to feel it when it's a strong beam. When it's a beam that you're giving out and you're actually dispersing that beam, you can't compete with my beam. I'm like Cyclops in this joint. Hey, you dig me? What the I'll be like, look, God damn. He got to have 5. I just want you. And I'll steal your bitch, Tony. Just like you, and I'm not even going to include Greg Doucette with the turkesterone, but just like you and Enhanced Labs and your clandestine underground chemist that doesn't know a double bond from a quadruple bond, you're stealing innocent people's money and taking it for your own and spending it on the harem. That's how I'll steal your bitch, just like you're stealing innocent people's money. And this is facts. This fool trying to be more plates, more dates, man. It's not working. Man, Blue Ox and Black Ox are fake products. What? Yet we acknowledge that some of our products fell short of our high standards, veering towards profitability over passion. What? You're admitting this? That's not the essence of Enhanced Labs. In a bold move in September 2023, we made a pivotal decision to return to our foundational values. We've restructured our team. This is a bunch of word jargon. We've recently unveiled our enhanced pancakes. Let me go ahead and holler at Greg and let him know that you're copying Greg Doucette's cookbook, sir. No, I don't think he's got a monopoly on pancakes. I'm just kidding. Who wrote this mission statement? Tony, holla at me, please. You don't want to admit in your mission statement or your foundational statement for your company, you're acknowledging that some of your products fell short of our high standards, veering towards profitability over passion. Who wrote this for you? You're admitting defeat, huh? And now you got the enhanced India. Now you got enhanced South Korea. Stop it, man. Stop this. Supplement brand of the year. Just stop. Oh, really? Tony, I don't see any of your supplements on here, sir. I don't see anything from Enhanced. Okay. This is Generation Iron. Let's see. Oh. What? What? Wait. Big Rummy? Oh, no wonder his quad was all deformed. No, I'm just kidding. Who are these companies? Nobody's heard of these. Nobody's heard of these companies. Transparent Labs. Runner-ups. Okay, I've heard of Selling Unicorn. What? Okay, so we now know who is also part of the cabal. Generation Iron. Know how I know that Generation Iron is now put on the list of individuals that are part of the cabal is look at this. Would you look at this? Not only did in 2021 did they give Enhanced Supplement Brand of the Year, but would you look at this? Best Testosterone Booster. Enhanced Labs Black Ox. Generation Iron. How much did they pay? How much did Tony pay for this promotion? How much did he pay for this slot at number 1? Black Ox is not even a real test booster. It's a fake product all around, all hands on deck. It is not even a real product. Yeah, there it is. This, like this right here, if you know, you know. Now, when you see this bottle, anybody that sees this bottle right here knows what I'm talking about. You are going to get bitch tits, but you are going to get huge as fuck, and you're going to get strong as fuck. Personally, thank God I didn't take this, because I would have been having tits that milk themselves. I was actually experimenting on the other side of things with like diesel bowling and I made a few mistakes in the pro hormone realm. I'm not going to lie. I made a few mistakes, but I had to learn the hard way in order to give out this information and to be factual and knowledgeable about it, because I saw the things that was happening to my body. But I was around this era, and I've been around the game for a long time. Anybody that sees these bottles is going to know, like, oh, shit. Yeah, this right here packed that punch, boy. And this was sold over the counter to get some bitch tits. That's how it used to be back in the day. You came to eBay, and then you were able to find a bottle or two. I have a pre-workout right now that has, supplements that are banned. Let's do Black Ox Test Booster and see how many people are reselling this cool product on eBay. That'll give us a metric. Nobody is selling this, dude. Nobody. But you guys know what I'm talking about. If you went on during the heyday of eBay, you could get under the guidelines or whatever. They would sell it like this. They'd be generic, but they'd be like, okay, last lot of the official da-da-da-da-da. And you could cop these. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm talking about. This is the old bottle. This ain't the real bottle. The other bottle is a clear. It's a clear glass bottle of the original Rip Fuel. Y'all know what I'm talking about. For the ones that were curious, I know little curious Georges out there. This is the hands down best supplement ever made of all time. There will never be anything like it. It is the holy grail, the pinnacle of supplements. Ephedra extract. Yeah, I mean, this was it. This was true and through right here. I had like 3 bottles. I babied out these 3 bottles, and I only used it on game days or events or race days. And I let those bottles stretch because our Stater brothers never restocked those 3 bottles. So I got all 3 bottles. I think it was like $80 a bottle. All 3 bottles. And I rationed those bottles out as long as I could. What I'm trying to say is that there's nobody reselling Black Ox, dude. Black Ox is an obsolete product. It's not even a real product. I'm going down this rabbit hole even more now. And it's like Generation Iron literally gave them the best test booster of the year when it's not even a real product. Why can't I zoom in, dude? What the hell? I can zoom in on this label. I can zoom in on this label. Why can't I zoom in on the ingredient panel? What? Bro, stop. I promise you, I'm trying to zoom in right now. I can zoom in on this. I'm able to zoom in on the front. I do the same zoom in on the bottle of Black Ox, and it won't let me zoom it in, dude. I promise you, I'm not capping on everything I love. I'm zooming, dude. Oh, no. They don't want you to see the ingredient panel. I'm telling you. What? Look at this marketing. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Oh, my God. Double tap to zoom. But it doesn't give us the double tap to zoom. Clown show. What? I gotcha. See, this is the nuance I'm talking about. 133 reviews, $70, a full 5-star reviews. But on Enhanced Labs, we go to the actual product. We can't even double click to zoom. Look at it. Watch it. It probably. I'm saying it will scramble the screenshot. That'd be so funny. I just think that's such a little ticky-tack thing to do. Like, you know, like you're just making it harder. They just make it harder for you to actually read the ingredient panel. Look how generic. They can't even put talking points in here. Who are the chemists? Who are the bodybuilders?
مساء الخير السيدات والسادة الحضور الكرام. النهارده واحنا بنحتفل بتوقيع عقد رعاية بين شركة Enhanced Labs الشركة العالمية الرائدة في مجال صناعة المكملات.
I doubled my testosterone, 15x'd my growth hormone, and gained significant lean mass in less than a month without steroids, without suppressing my natural hormones.
Team Big Shaq 420 gang, Leon Longevity gang. I want to bring something real quick to the table. I don't know if you guys have seen, but I looked for BJ Hughes, and BJ Hughes is actually off YouTube. I looked under his profile. His profile is grayed out. If anybody can verify, I think he's off of YouTube. So something really fishy going on. This man used to comment on everything. He used to be all in the mix, and poof, he's off of YouTube. Just something to think about. It's kind of weird. Yo, B Jizzle, my nizzle. If you hear this and you see this message, if you get to this point in the video, I hope you're all right, man. Cause you know you were the cool cousin, you were the cool uncle, you were the cool family member. You know what I'm saying? You gave us pertinent and factual information, gave us insight and clues into the sinisterity. I don't know if even that's a word. The sinisterity and the deviance of Tony Hughes. and you really helped us within this investigation. I hope all is well, man, and I hope you're all right. Chime in if you're under a new profile or something, or just want to stay incognito. Hope all is well, my G. B Jizzle. You gave us these very integral gems, like you paid for Tony Hughes' law school. Paid for every dime. But the irony is Tony can't help but keep incriminating himself. Time after time after time again.
And without sacrificing my health. This is the power of the Natty Plus protocol. The supplement regimen designed to maximize your physique and performance while minimizing adverse side effects. See, in the bodybuilding world, substance utilization is viewed through the dichotomous lens of natty or not. And I used to identify as a natty by avoiding any supplement that society considered unnatural. I thought that this was the safe, healthy approach to bodybuilding. But I was wrong.
He looked cool right there.
See, in order to achieve my dream physique, I had to engage in extreme, destructive behaviors that ruin my physical and mental health. Meticulously counting calories to the point that could be considered an eating
That boy was
disorder,
sized up.
destroying my metabolism and hormones just to achieve a single-digit body fat percentage.
Man, this guy wants to get so philosophical, and I'm not going to keep pausing it. I'm going to let him go. But he wants to get so philosophical and hit us with these idioms and these vernacular roller coasters and words that we need a thesaurus on top of a thesaurus, but he's justifying those as bad behaviors and toxic behavioral traits. When he took ayahuasca in a hero's dose for over 100 days, was fingering sex dolls, and raped a woman. This isn't an allegation. These are actual interviews that were done, like an Andrew Tate Vice type of documentary. Yeah, the news up in Northern California did the same thing with the woman that he put them paws on. Connor probably don't even remember that. But he wants to flip the narrative and say that him meal prepping was really toxic and draining on his mental health. This guy's not really that smart, is he, when you break him down to brass tacks?
And practicing antisocial behavior because I didn't want to miss my next meal or be tempted by alcohol that could disrupt.
Man, you're telling me that since he's been with Enhanced Labs, he's ever looked like this? Now, I know he went manic. I know he went crazy. I know he took a bunch of substances and, you know, wrecked his brain. But jumping on Enhanced, Tony's mission should have been, bro, we need to get you back to this. So you need to go on like a... You need to go on a dedicated bulk and stop with the funny shit. Like he looks like not terrible, but he still got more muscle than me. But my pound for pound maxes, my 3 lifts that count, power cleans, squats and bench. I'm killing Connor Murphy. That's all that matters. 365, only 475, and 300 on the power clean. I wasn't a big squatter. But 370 on the bench, 475 on the squat, 300 on the power clean. Part of a D1 regulated regimen with an Olympic power and strength coach for 3 years. My push press at 171 pounds was 280 pounds. Push presses. So I've been in the game. I know what I'm talking about. I don't live for aesthetics and looks. I live for performance and strength and a detailed regimen that's going to work for overall health and wealth. I'm pound for pound stronger than Connor Murphy. Facts! But since he's joined Enhanced Labs, he hasn't looked this good. What a coincidence. What a coincidence that this video comes out June of 2023. He's pushing Enhanced Labs hard, isn't he? Yeah, because he took over for the man that was already there.
Hey friends of freedom, pioneers of human evolution, here's our liver protection protocol. This is Leo Longevity. I'm Dr. Tony Huge, your tour guide to the dark side of biohacking. Leo's got a list of what he recommends to his clients to protect his liver, and then I'm going to tell you which of those things that I take and I have my clients take, and which things I take and do personally to protect my liver, because I take liver toxic steroids and I take a lot of supplements and I eat a lot of food. And when you eat a lot of food, take a lot of supplements, and you're doing all this to the liver, like you're constantly...
So I went down the rabbit hole. Long live Leo, guys. Let's take a moment to pause and reflect. Let's take a moment of silence for Leo and longevity. Now, somebody came to my attention and was trying to battle me in the comments that said Mr. After Dark was not Tony Huge. And what I found funny is that why would somebody else be promoting Tony Huge this hard if it wasn't his own personal content and for his own personal monetary gain? Mr. After Dark is another monetized channel, just like Parent Fitness, just like Tony Huge, monetizing off of Leo and longevity's death. You can combat this narrative all you want, but why include the quote-unquote original description of what was there unless you want to fool the masses into thinking that, okay, so it's an Enhanced Labs sponsored video. We don't need the fucking original description. We want the video and the re-upload. No, you are re-uploading it. You're putting the original description. It is Tony Huge behind this channel, 100%. 100%. If we know human nature and we know we don't need to include this fucking original description of his Instagram, of his Facebook, of his Twitter, of his podcast, and all this exclusive stuff for Enhanced Labs, if you don't want it to come across as an Enhanced Labs sponsored video and people are going to get confused. Okay, original description. We don't care about that. We don't. You're making it look like this is an Enhanced Labs sponsored video. This is Tony Huge behind this channel. 100%. Because if you know anything about the Diddy and Notorious B.I.G. situation, do we see any content of Notorious B.I.G.? No, we don't. Because P. Diddy has the legal rights to all of Biggie's likeness. So we see Diddy, if you go to Diddy's Instagram, you see a video that you've never seen before of Biggie in the lab. It's because no one will ever see that content because Puffy's the only one that has it. It's the same thing as Leo and longevity. All this content that Tony has put out, he's the only one with it. So he's re-uploading this content. You're not getting it from the way back women. You're not doing it like that. You're not putting all those old videos like that in 4K unless you've already got the original videos. This is Tony Huge. You guys want to combat my narratives? These are factual statements made from observations and hours and days and months of research. Follow me on my social media. Personal. Instagram, Dr. Tony Huge, Dr. Tony Huge, Twitter. And what I found funny is that he's re-uploading the content. Leo and longevity never attached himself, I was looking for it, with Enhanced Labs. But this is his way of attaching Leo and longevity to Enhanced Labs. Because now he's tagging Enhanced Labs and giving liver protection stacks that are being sold by Enhanced Labs. Mr. After Dark is ran by the fraud, Dr. Tony Huge, and the cabal. So I don't care who comes in my comments. I don't care who's combating my narrative. I don't care if it's God himself. If it's the wrong information, I'm going to say, God, you know, I really fuck with you and I really obey what you got going on. And I promise you, I'm going to live life in the regard of how you want it to be lived. And I'm going to treat people how I want to be treated. And if I see a murder and I know about a murder, I'm going to say who did the murder and I'm going to make sure it gets solved. But this man is running the channel. Very evident that he's running this channel. Let's get a take from Lled. Take it away, my guy.
About taking liver toxic things, right? So what do you use?
Well, I was going to talk about medications that people might not know protect the liver. Normally, I mention my hydrophilic anti-inflammatory stack, which has like vitamin C in it, EPA from fish oil, TUDCA, NAC, R-lipoic acid, for example. But those are supplements. I wanted to mention some medications that not many people know could protect their livers. First of all is aspirin. Aspirin is actually used in the treatment of liver cancer in some new studies.
82 milligrams baby aspirin, okay?
Exactly,
That's what I
baby
take.
aspirin,
okay.
Exactly. So the aspirin, also, many people don't know that the cholesterol medication ezetimibe is very liver protective. The diabetes medication, metformin, is also very liver protective. Both of these medications and aspirin are like quite innocuous, not very dangerous. Aspirin, of course, can cause bleeding for some people, but that bleeding is, of course, not as big a concern as cancer, which it really protects you from also. But I also wanted to mention a drug called sorafenib for those that are really biohacking and trying to be exploratory a bit, especially if you might have the gene PNPLA3, which massively predisposes you to liver cancer and cirrhosis of the liver.
The wealth of knowledge that this man had to offer, and the potential of knowledge, the exponential growth. That's why I say, like, imagine this man into his 80s, 70s, 80s. Now that I'm into my 30s and I'm noticing that, like, I have learned more in the last 5 to 7 years than I've learned from like 15 to 25, like in the last 10. It's a exponential wave of growth and knowledge if you hone it in and you are meticulous and very uniform in the way that you go about gaining this research. Guru Amin can clown Leo all he wants that he could stay up for days and do research. If my body is telling me I can stay up for days and do research or work, I'm going to do that. I will pay the price and my body will need to recover, but I know exactly how Lled gets down. The only thing I will give Tony huge props for is that he doesn't delete the comments. Freeman75, justice for Leo, jail for Tony. I'm going to have to go research the 4 medications that he just mentioned that I don't have any clue or use for, because I haven't had a need to go to the doctor, or other than physicals for pro indoor football. I haven't had a need to go to the doctor in over 10 to 15 years. I never went to the doctor for COVID. I never got COVID. I never got a COVID shot. I don't go to the doctor, period. The last time I went to the doctor was because I stepped on a nail working, and it was like 2010. And I needed to get a tetanus shot to make sure I didn't have, like, rabies or whatever it may be, the rust ingestion into my bloodstream. I haven't gone to the doctor. So I'm curious to know what data and knowledge he's acquired, because he puts it together so fluidly. Tony's over here like, I have no clue what the fuck he's talking about, but I'm so happy I got him on my channel. And now he's taking the time to re-upload the content and make it look like somebody else's. I'll highlight another comment that was conveniently not taken down by Tony. Thank you, Tony. Justice for Leo. Jail for Connor. I'm sure this man has seen my videos that I'm staying on Connor's neck with that mid-range club and that 5-iron. We know the tools that were used for the crime, but we are not staying off the necks that need to be put in a tight grip. That grip is getting tighter because, like I've mentioned before in my other videos, this is not just a Thai investigation. It is not just secluded to that country. It is now investigation. It is now an investigation that has been tied to the states because of the residency of the individuals involved. So it is jail for Connor and jail for Tony.
Reported the Baton Rouge break-in just as Shreveport House. Found those in the safe there. Paper stocks over 15 years old. God damn it. These.
To report yourself that there is nothing that could have made him having a manic episode. And on the external appearance part, you can see that he had bruises and concussions, and he was in, like I said, high decomposition states that they couldn't even analyze certain part of his body.
And part of staying on these fuckers' necks is exposing the fact that these 3, while Leo was in that decomposing state, that same weekend, just had to go out shooting, just had to go out and have a little fun. Look at how much fun these guys are having, posing with guns while Leo is rotting in a bathroom. It's long live Leo. These guys need to be locked up. It's jail for Connor and jail for Tony.
You can see that they actually measured like the fracture, his skull fracture, and how big it was.
Now, I love comments that spark intricate thought, but anyone that wants to come into my comments and say that I haven't dove into the most intricate piece of nuance, you're crazy. Head fracture. It's no coincidence that it was on the left cranial base. Because when we take a look, Connor Murphy is right-handed. His little accomplice has this fucking lion, and he's mocking Leo in longevity. And do you see when he swings that iron from right to left, because he's right-handed? Look where it would hit Shorty in the face. Right there in her left orbital area. A right-handed person did this with a club that was right-handed, so it's no coincidence that the skull fracture was at the left cranial base. That the abrasion wound was at the outer left ankle. The contusion wounds around the left eye, the left forehead, measure 2 centimeters wide and 4 centimeters long. Look at where he would make impact using a golf club. This is only the beginning. This is a cool hour, Perrin. I could give an hour more. So go back to making your 3-minute videos, but I want you to come back to the case. Please come back to the case. A lot has happened since you've been gone. Come on in. Take a seat. Give me an hour, Perrin. Put on your britches. Put on your big britches. Put on an act. Put on a show. Give me a good thumbnail. Give me a great thumbnail. And tell us how you really feel. Give us a solid hour, champ. I want to know how you feel. Go from 3 minutes. Don't just jump to 30. Give me an hour. Get out your Snuggie. Go get on that laptop. Go get on that computer. Go get on that live stream where you tiptoed around the truth, where you wanted to be really cool like Zach Morris and Screech.
And what if I don't, punk? Then I'll just have to make you, punk.
You wanted to be really right up close to John Bravo, and you fucked up your own investigation. If they come into that box with you, you tell them, hey, all bets are off. We're friends. We are friends, but we need to get answers. I'm not going to push you to the point where you look like a terrible person or like a monster, but we're going to have to ask some of these pertinent questions, and you, sir, were in it for the views. This isn't Cabo San Lucas, sir. This is an open murder investigation. So I need an hour out of you, Karen Fitness. Or I'll just stick Vince Goodrum back on you again. Because he bodied you. You tried to bring up the bi thing and again and the LGBT thing, and like that didn't really pop off, and he bodied you. So you already let part of the cabal run you off, and then we, let you know that, saying like certain GPS coordinates are very active and live, and cross streets are active, and all that. When people are wanting to start to dox you, that's when you know you're going down the wrong path. Like, I can be doxxed. I don't care if I get doxxed, but I'm not out here trying to dox people. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let people live their life. I'm bringing the truth to the platform, unadulterated. You will get the honest to God's truth, so help me God, on this channel. I'm not framing no narratives. Karen Fitness.
So, here are some of the most powerful Natty Plus supplements I've taken. Black Ox Testosterone Booster.
Man, this Black Ox, there's nobody that has taken this. Nobody. And I mean nobody has reviewed this product.
This contains many powerful compounds, including DHEA, a precursor to many different hormones in the body. The combination of blue and Black Ox testosterone boosters doubled my natural testosterone.
Cap. Cap, and I've already broken this down. I've already broken these numbers down. No, sir. Where's the bloodline timetable? No, sir.
Less than 2 weeks with no
What?
noticeable
In 2 weeks?
3AD of blue and black ox testosterone boosters doubled my natural testosterone in less than 2 weeks with no noticeable side effects. 3AD.
This is cap.
This is a derivative of the hormone.
We're going to let this man get away with this. All right, we're locking him into numbers. We've just locked them into a double-digit testosterone boost in a 2-week cycle, pulse cycle. No, sir.
Blue and black ox testosterone boosters doubled my natural testosterone in less than 2 weeks with no noticeable side effects.
Now, if it was in less than 2 weeks, why not include the dates in these snapshots of the before and after? Why not include the dates so we can see that? Because they're just randomly pulled blood work that this man has grabbed from the internet, Google Docs, and thrown it up and nicely edited and chopped it down, cropped it down. It doesn't even have his name on it, doesn't have any other metrics. And I know this might be TMI for a lot of y'all, but I've been following these guys for a long time. I personally don't believe that because of Connor's drug use, chronic drug use, and his chronic porn addiction, the fact that he has to masturbate almost every day, if not every day, I do not believe that his natural testosterone numbers are at 717. I don't believe it at all. The numbers and where the ratios are at and probably where mine is at. You know, I have all this passion simply because I try to abstain, but not only that, but I stay away from the pleasure sensors and zapping my pleasure sensors. That's why I don't have a harem. That's why I don't take all these drugs to bring back to my homeostasis what my brain can do by just sleeping, recovering, sleeping, dreaming, REM, waking up, setting the phone aside, deep thought, lights off, deep thought, photogenic thought. All these things can be encapsulated into building your testosterone numbers, but every time, you know, that when we pull and tug, and you pull and tug until there's nothing to pull and tug, you're also zapping your testosterone numbers. So is he at 717? Nah, I don't buy it. I do not buy. I will put $1,000 right now that Connor Murphy is not walking around with a 717 test number. No, sir. There are technicology reports in a Greg Doucette forum where a individual who's on 1,000 calorie deficit, he's 23 years old, but has a tanked testosterone metric at 163 nanograms per deciliter. In this exam, a clinical reference range of an adult male, 21 to 49, with the high side being 753. He could have done the tests on 2 different parts of the day. Could have done it in the morning and done it at night. Okay, so we wanted to look at the fluctuation rate between testosterone if tested in the morning versus the evening when there's a drop. 15 to 20% of 377 of 356. So if we take 356 on the low end, 20% of that is 70. So we could add 356, add an additional 70. So he'd be in the 420 to 430 range. So even from day to night, it wouldn't grab you another, 300. Now, even my own due diligence, I don't always just see it as facts. I go back and I analyze my own research to make sure it's right. That's why I do feel like I'm a very credible and factual source. I just looked up a chart, a very credible and recent chart that's saying, age 30 to 40. I believe Connor's like right at the brink of 30. The free range and then average range, normal test is 675. So maybe there could be a shot at it, but I'm willing to ballpark mine's in the 5s. And he just seems to, I don't know, it just seems to me like that's really high. And it's making me actually book a doctor's appointment right now to see what mine is. I need to see what mine is right now. So by the by the end of the week, I'll put up my numbers to let you guys know where mine's at. And this is just a PSA. You should go check y'all's too. Anyone that watches this video, just to get a little bit of clarity to where your numbers are at. It's always good to, if you don't have insurance, go get it through Medicaid. Go get it for free. You know what I'm saying? There's programs out there that you should be able to get all this work done for free. If it's causing you depression and you have low T, boom, it's paid for. I've had 2 surgeries paid for free. All medications, never had insurance, got 2 pretty extensive surgeries done for free. Just by, answering the questions in the right manner. That was not a fabrication, but it was pertinent information. It was just taking advantage of the system and how the system works. So this has me questioning my numbers, but I just don't feel like 717 is what nanograms. It just wouldn't do it. And so this is like, what is he cutting off? I see that there's something down here that's conveniently cut off. Why not show the whole exam?
2 weeks with no noticeable side effects. 3 AD.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We got to hold Connor Murphy's feet to the fire and Tony Huge, because he's the one that's in the Clandestine lab with the chemists creating this product. If it were to do this, double the testosterone in a 2-week pulse cycle and have no noticeable side effects, it would be flying off the shelves. Why hasn't anybody else came with a review and had similar metrics or similar numbers that we can, get more data and more facts? If this were the case, the original RIP fuel with the ephedra in it was the craziest product ever known to man. I'll just keep it 100 with you guys. I got that out of a Stater Brothers market, and I would pop one before every football game. It's no coincidence I set 10 school records. I didn't even know what I was taking. I had no idea what I was taking before a game. My heart was going like a motherfucker, but I had unlimited stamina. Yes, I had a kick return in a game. I had a kick return average, punt returns, most all-purpose yards in a game, most TDs in a game, most TDs in a season, most all-purpose yards in a season, most all-purpose yards in a game, most punt return TDs in a game. Like, it was insane. I didn't even know what I was taking. It was the original RIP fuel. Only popped it on game days. I had a pill that was literally starting to liquefy. I kept it right in my girdle, right before kickoff, right when we're going to shake each other's hands, right before we shook each other's hands, I popped that bitch. And I was on. Now, if I pop too early, and no, I'm not talking about no sexual reference. If I pop that RIP fuel too early and I'm like, yo, we still got to do kickoff and special teams. Oh, shit, it's homecoming. They got to do the floats. Oh, shit. I'd be geeked going out to shake hands with the other team opponents. This is how it be, bro.
I must break you.
Oh, it's about to go down, son. Too geeked. Unlimited stamina. Imagine back in the day, if the internet was as popular back then as it is now, that thing would have such raving reviews all over the internet. And obviously the federations and the governing bodies would come in and say, okay, you're not allowed to take this. Because there was no protocol for high school. It was like, you can't, like in the NFL, that would be illegal to take. Obviously, it's illegal to take in sporting events. It's illegal to take in any kind of competition sports. But I literally didn't even know what I was using. The moral of the story is that there would be reviews of it all over the internet. But with Black Ox, Blue Ox, even Slin, their flagship product, the only supplement that they have that is a legitimate supplement is the arachidonic acid. The arachidonic acid is legit. Slin is watered down and fake. Blue Ox is fake. And Black Ox is fake. So it says here, our legacy includes standout items like Slin, Blue Ox, Black Ox, and arachidonic acid. Want to be clear, I don't think Slin and Blue Ox are fake products. Let me backtrack. Blue Ox actually has reviews. It is a marketable product. They put their money in Blue Ox, but they promoted the fuck out of Black Ox, and it's an obsolete product. Slin is a real product. Blue Ox are real products. Those two are real products. Black Ox is a money grab. So they literally reveal their own fraudulent activity when they, in the next paragraph, say, yet we acknowledge that some of our products fell short of our high standards, veering toward profitability over passion. Yeah, Black Ox is not real. So you were saving all that money in overhead and R&D and all that, and FDA approvals and all that, when you're just throwing out a product that, well, it's not FDA approved, that's literally not even real, which should become benchmarks in their categories. This is the only product that is real. All the other ones are watered down and fake. Who is creating your products, Enhanced Labs? Who are these clandestine chemists? I know about all the supplements that are known to man. I've literally taken every. Remember Lled? Remember that pump? The pump. It was like little blood capsules. You take 8 of them, and your arms would just blow up. It was like it was like pump jet, super jet, like liquid jet or something like that. And you took 8 blood capsules, and you literally would, anything that you hit, like if you hit arms that day, you could literally swell your arms up 4 fucking inches with that workout. People are like, dude, your arms looking insane. And I'm like, dude, there's these liquid jet, these little blood capsules. It was crazy. I've experimented with everything. But at the end of the day, there would be more people that are coming to the internet or coming with reviews and saying the same thing. Watch, look at this. This will be our test. Like, where is it? 3.8. That's Blue Ox. Where's Black Ox? Black Ox is the flagship. Where's Black Ox? 3.8. That's sad. I would not buy a product that had the reviews at 3.8. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. Sorry. I wouldn't even touch it. There is it's no coincidence that Blue Ox, where's Black Ox? Because we're on Enhanced Labs right now. We're in the Enhanced Labs wheelhouse. I don't see it. You know why? It's because it is a all-around fake supplement. It is a touted supplement that is not even an actual supplement, guys. That's crazy. Somebody show me the label. Watch this. Started taking them for 9 weeks. My levels came back even worse than before I started. So Connor's touting a 2-week double up? Stop capping. Where's Black Ox? You can't even find Black Ox on here. It's not a real supplement. Everything, the whole house of cards is coming down, bro. The whole thing. And I'm just showing Parent Fitness. I could just cruise. I could cruise and do reviews, and then we can, pop in and pop out. And I'm still going to bring more factual and pertinent content to this platform than you have ever done at all, sir. You want to have this little fancy music in the background and intros and, hey guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. In 2 minutes, you have a 5-minute video. 3 of it is prefacing your audience. Guys, I'm sorry I've taken so long to not get back to a video. I'm glad to be here, guys. And then you got your little intro. Man, it's no wonder people making all kinds of videos on you on YouTube, bro. Look at this. Yeah, look at this. See, this is the thing. I could just pop up and then we could go down this rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? This one I haven't even watched. I watched the dude with the glasses and the Cabal. When he starts doing pertinent and positive content, look who comes in to protect the Cabal. What? Hold on. This might...
What's going on?
Shut up, man.
Man.
Shut up, Enhanced Labs fucking puppet. Shut up. I want to see them thumbnails because some of these videos were taken down. What? Well, Tony, in his words... Wow, this is all a parent's fucking thumbnails? Leo's autopsy. Yeah, like what kind of video is this? John Bravo has Leo's autopsy and will release it soon. Clickbait ass shit for 4 minutes. Will Tony Huge eat his words about lean with longevity? No, he had him whacked. Tony Huge may eat his words. Man, bro, don't even news journalist guy, you regurgitate what other people have said. Tony Huge says no one else was involved in Leo's last minutes. Bro, you on the surface, my guy. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. Bro, you're not even on my level, my G. You're not even on my level, my G. Well, thank you for putting a factual statement in there. Leon Longevity murdered in Thailand. But it's a measly 3-minute video. Perrin, you gotta do better, my dude. You need to do better. Look at this. Look at this trash content. 4 minutes. Leon Longevity's autopsy. Perrin Fitness. Listen up. Joey Swole's got a message for you.
Suggest you take their call.
You need to do better. Mind your own business. Testosterone booster. Enhanced Labs Black Ox. Like, I'm going down this rabbit hole even more now. And it's like, Generation Iron literally gave them the best test booster of the year when it's not even a real product. Perrin Fitness. Come back to YouTube, man. You wanted to come and make a comment on my post. An irrelevant, pointless comment. Didn't want to address any of the factual data, the hard evidence, the research, the cold blood research. Not some of the shit that you were doing off the Reddit, off the forums. Then we're too scared to bring it to YouTube. No, real due diligence. Like this. Enhanced Labs, Black Ox. Sorry, we couldn't find that page. Yeah, I do actual one-of-one factual digging and data analysis. Something that I have yet to see you do. Yeah, so Perrinsky, take a look. And let me show you how real due diligence works. And then we go here to the total test stack. Ooh, only 112. Slash down from 125.99. Okay, so you're coming down from 125.99 to now only 112, right? So wait, 125.99. Hold on. But we know that Blue Ox is 45.99. So if we do the math here and we say 125.99 minus 45.99, you're saying that Black Ox was $80. But if we go here and we look at Black Ox, even here on your website, it's only listed at $69.99. So even if you combine them at full price, it was never $125.99 because $70 and $45 does not equal $125. So what are we even talking about here? Enhanced Labs is a false and fraudulent company that cannot even do simple math. You are really good at restoring cars. You are really good at, hot rods and, car content. You and, what's that dude named Silva? The dude that, started the breach on the Leon Longevity content. What's that dude name? Hold on, I'm going to find him. Savar. You're kind of like a Savar Matner kind of, channel. You know what I'm saying? You kind of want to breach the topic, but if you breach the topic, you're going to have to go all the way in. There we go. Is Tony Huge to blame? There we go, Mr. Atlanta Falcons fan. There we go. You know what I'm saying? A second autopsy. There we go. Yes, a second autopsy is needed because they were trying to hyper-focus on a toxicology report that he was experimenting on his brain. The concoctions had nothing to do with any kind of harm or ill will to his own body. He was a Boston Lloyd, but a genius. He was like Boston Lloyd with the brain of Doc from Back to the Future.
Don't tell me anything. Doc, quiet. I'm gonna read your thoughts. Let's see now.
You have no idea what you did, Tony Huge. Ennis, the owner of Swisschems.Is. Now, this right here, a better look at the crime. No. We're not going to do all that. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do all that. But if we wanted to do an up-close and personal analysis, we can do that. But I solved this crime without even bringing those pictures to the internet. You understand that, right? Oh, yeah.
Seems like we got some closure.
No, we didn't, Russo. And you lift. Good for you, sir. But you and Perrin are on the same grain, the same frame, the same mind frame. You know what I'm saying? But Perrin, back to you. You and Savar are like one and the same. You guys are love cars, love muscle cars, you know, love weights, love anime, but you love your cars. You feel me? Yeah, I know you feel me. But when we dive in to a murder that's been unsolved, the goal is to solve the crime. It doesn't matter whose toes we step on. The crime needs to get solved. Comprende? Peronista? It's to solve the crime. These aren't real. These aren't real. This isn't a real review. You could tell. What? It has 5,000. Generation Iron is part of the cabal. Fuck these guys. Generation Iron, bunch of cornballs. From the first time we met Tony Huge, we knew we wanted to do, and they didn't even capitalize dude's last name. That's how much respect they have for you, cuz. That's how much they have respect for you. Even though we know this is a moniker, Mr. Hughes, or Mr. Uncapitalized Huge, we knew we wanted to know more. It's why we dug in and made Enhanced and Enhanced 2 movies. The man and the company only believe in highly dosed products that are actually effective. But there's no stopping Tony or the Enhanced crew from continuing to push the line on product development and maximizing effectiveness. For example, the research on the market shows the 500 dosing of fenugreek extract can have an impact on male physiology, including increased... How do you know the research? Who did the research? There is no research. They didn't do the research. There's no research. There's none. And I'm willing to bet that. There is no research on these products. This is regurgitated nonsense because Tony Huge hit Generation Iron with a bag to regurgitate and replay this nonsense. What have I told you in prior videos? Tony Huge and Connor Murphy are masterminds in manipulating the YouTube and social media algorithms. If they pay for this content to be fact and it's reproduced in the media and masses, if it's reproduced on paper, it becomes fact. This is 1984 in the flesh. If another news outlet posts, oh, the fungi Greek, they doubled the dosage from 500 to 1,000, it becomes fact. Where are the journals? Where is the actual research? I would like to see those research journals and the data is comprised and compiled. Where did it come from? And good thing no one took this ish. They're trying to market it as a PCT. How many of y'all are taking this when your test tanks, your natural production tries to jumpstart? You try to yink, 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 yink. Here, I'll show you right now what it sounds like. When your natural production starts to ramp back up and you can't get it, but you're going to take this, not Clomid, not tamoxifen, but Black Ox, really? Not the normal protocol for PCT, but you trying to do this now, right? You trying to do this? I think I got to feel this shit. I think it might actually start. We're trying to do this to our own body, our nutsack. And we're going to choose Black Ox to do that? No. Thank God no one actually purchased this product. It's being marketed as a PCT. Stop capping, Tony Hughes. The clandestine savant himself. Just for even more clarity and context. If this won product of the year, literally test booster of the year, it should have reviews all over YouTube, right? It won test booster of the year in 2021. Right, Generation Iron? You're going to understand after this video why you should never, ever trust anything that is being sold from that company, buy anything from that company. That company is willing to take $1 and spew a bunch of trash. Generation Iron is a fraud. Watch this. Watch this. Tony Huge. And look, the irony. We're at 1 hour and 10 minutes in. What have we talked about? We talked about where are the journals? Where are the results? And Tony Huge has the audacity. No other individual has actually reviewed or taken this product, but he has the audacity to put a blurred out result document in the thumbnail for a product that doesn't even exist.
We have to isolate as many variables as possible. So Chris Bell guaranteed me personally.
Tony Huge with the lowercase h. That's what we do on this channel. That's what ICU does. We isolate variables. And guess how many variables I've isolated to figure out what we've uncovered? Take a look.
That he would follow through with the experiment, do everything that he was told. Again, a very rare find. What we were thinking was going to happen is that he had low to normal testosterone, and that the Blue Ox were going to try and get him to a supernatural level of testosterone. We were shocked to find that when we got his first lab results, before taking any Blue or Black Ox, never having taken steroids or anything anabolic before, completely natural, that his testosterone, his free testosterone, was a 3.4, where a normal for his age would probably be about a 600. So he's got less testosterone than a female. His free testosterone is 1.3. Normal is 8.7 to 25. So as you can see, he's not producing testosterone.
Okay. Did you hear it? When you go down the rabbit hole, I'm getting chills because I wasn't even going to include this. I wasn't going to include this, but when you start to dive into the nuance, guys, we have to pay attention to every word people say. This looks legit, right? These are legit test results. They are. But look at it at face value. Look at the only review here. My test went up from 200 to 560 in 60 days. Best test booster stack I've ever ran. I'm not going to give you the answer. I just want you to ponder on it. Do you see it? Do you see what I see? And did you hear what I heard? This is a fraudulent company. Here's the answer. In the title, Tony Huge, and I'm going to blame Tony Huge because he's the #1 ambassador for this company. So he goes down. Just like the murder, he didn't probably participate, but he is going down for the murder of Leo Longevity. This is God's work. I'm here right now because of the death of Leo and Longevity. Understand, what I'm bringing to the masses has never been said before. In the title, it says, Enhanced Labs Black Ox Test Booster Results. Increased testosterone by 1,200. But it wasn't the Black Ox. It was a combination stack of the Blue Ox and the Black Ox. But he puts the Black Ox in the title. So guess what? Like I said an hour ago, Blue Ox is real. Black is not. We put black to the forefront as the dummy product. That's your placebo. And then you give Blue Ox with the stack. And these results came from the actual test booster. And would you like to know the kicker? You're like, oh, this is all conjecture. Maybe. Well, maybe. No. Freudian slips happen all the time. Listen to Tony Huge's perfect Freudian slip.
What we were thinking was going to happen is that he had low to normal testosterone, and that the Blue Ox were going to try and get him to a supernatural level of testosterone. We were shocked to find that when we got his first lab results.
Tony Huge has not only, and what I say earlier in the video, he can't help but incriminate himself. Him just saying Blue Ox is a Freudian slip, guys. Him just saying Blue Ox, because Black Ox is not real. He knows it's a placebo. Enhanced Labs, Generation Iron, they're all frauds. And understand, all these people are part of the cabal. What's your name, my guy? Because I know you. I've seen you before.
And Canadian.
Yeah. The guy that people are saying ruined his own body. Coach Trevor. You were part of the cabal. But you distance yourself from Tony Huge because you can't take it anymore, right? You can't take it anymore. You distance yourself from this man right here. Does this man look at this man? Let's zoom in on this guy's arms. Let's zoom in on the guy's traps. Does this guy look like he's ever taken black ox or blue ox? Absolutely not. He can't even look at him. He's looking down like, bro, are we really putting these fake studies out and we're going to title it Black Ox? This is a fraudulent video. You're duping people into thinking it's Black Ox, but you're pushing the stack. You're giving a placebo with a real test booster. This is fraud. Leo and Longevity brought us here, but now we're here and we're exposing a company for the truth.
So that was before taking the blue and black ox. Now it fluctuated what his dosage was. But
I am a part-time lawyer. I'm not a individual that has anywhere close to the knowledge. I have maybe 30% of the knowledge needed to pass the bar exam, realistically. Tony Huge is a lawyer. And so he said, yeah, that was before he took the black and blue ox. But when he refers to the study, and he actually refers to when he took it and what he could be liable for in a video, he only says blue ox. So if this were to go to court, if this were to go the distance, no, I said that he took the blue ox and that's how he got the results. When he finds out the black ox is a placebo, he's not going to attach himself to, he took black ox and these were the results. I dabble in nuance, so I know that you said blue ox and now you can attach it to the results, but you're not going to attach black ox to the results. This is before he took the black ox and the blue ox stack. But when you mention these are the results from this study, he only says blue ox. Always think of Tony Huge in a lawyer lens, and we can find out and really think of it from a very organic and nuanced way of thought. Just like earlier I said, when we saw the blood drip, when it dripped down the back of his neck and it dripped down the front, we know he came out of the bathroom. We know why the sheets of the bathroom of the bed were used. That's why I think it was a sex act. He got hit in the head with the club as he's performing, okay? When they notice the blood is so much, they have to use a big garment to get him and wrap him up. That's why the sheets were off the bed, guys. That's what I'm saying. It opens another door. Our minds can't conceptualize things unless we put it in that next thought up mentality, and then you see it for what it really is. Okay, the door handle would never have gotten ripped off in a manic episode if the blood never dripped under the door and then they had to go back in, because Tony's a lawyer. The door handle gets ripped back off because they had to engage and open the door again. And Tony realizes, now we've left way too much DNA. The door handle has to come off. If they don't engage and enter the bathroom again, it probably never comes off. Think about it in this lens.
Is not producing sperm and not producing testosterone, or functional sperm, I should say. So that was before taking the blue and black ox. Now it fluctuated what his dosage was, but his average dosage was between 8 to 10 pills of black ox per day and 4 pills of blue ox per day. He stuck with the same diet, which was the carnivore diet. He did the carnivore diet for, I think, a year.
This is awesome. This is great because this picture right here says it all. If you know anything about marketing and sales, what do we do? What do car dealerships do to draw people in? They put the big blow-up dinosaur. They put the big blow-up bounce house. They put the big blow-up man with the arms that flail in the wind. The shiny object, it draws you in. It has you pull in. I love the dinosaur in the front, the big blow-up dinosaur. The black ox is our big blow-up dinosaur, and it doesn't matter how many pills we take. You could take 15 of the black ox because it's a placebo. But we are very dialing it in, monitored, and meticulous with the blue ox. I am a professional in the marketing, strategic, sales I've always been the best seller at every job I've worked at. I was the #1 sales. I was the best business banker in Rancho Cucamonga, California, in all of the Inland Empire. #1 business banker for a reason. I took no for an answer. I wasn't like these other sharks. I actually took no for an answer, and people came back to our branch for me because our sales tactics and our teaching and training was no does not mean no. After 4 or 5, maybe 6 no's of the grandma that doesn't need a credit card because she's got an 800 credit score, but she's 90 years old, but we still want to, pitch her that platinum credit card. I didn't pitch those things. I would ask once because our manager made us ask. The store manager made us ask. So we had to hit these metrics. We had to ask once. I didn't ask again. I got repeat customers because when you sat down in my chair, it wasn't about sales. It was about the connection. I got everyone. And once I retained you, you never left. I worked at Wells Fargo at the most ruthless and gutter and cutthroat time frame right before the housing bubble crash. So we were giving it out. We were taking it. We were commissioned out. Everybody, it was literally, you had to, if you didn't have no sales or you were a new sales individual at that branch, okay, you had to stand in front of the line with the clipboard and you got that person in your cubicle at your chair any way possible. Oh, you need to cash a check? Come on down. Oh, you need to get money out? Okay, here, before you see the teller, come have a seat. And then you could analyze their whole portfolio. Okay? That was if you didn't have sales. I was to the point where, and there was everyone, all the older women and shit, they hated me at the branch because their desks, they wanted the desk right in front of the door. So we had the fanciest branch in the whole IE where you had to go through a door. You had to wait for the next door, that door to close, a whole glass setup, and then you could enter the bank. And we had 2 armed guards. So it was literally like the opening scene of The Dark Knight or whatever, where the Joker, they rob the bank and then he pops the dude so he can get more money, so he don't have to cut more of the money up. Yeah, we had a really, really nice branch. Okay. They would all have to sit or want to sit in the front desk, and they had everything set up there because obviously when you walk in, you're the first to sit down. No, my cubicle, my office was in the far back, in the corner. You had to walk all the way, and I was in the corner. I didn't need to be up front because my whole portfolio, once you sat down with me, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Now, I would do, I got to a point where if you had 50,000 or higher, you had to sit down with me. But that was because the retention, it was more of the attention to detail. It wasn't because I was trying to wax you for all these products. That's what this is. That's exactly what this is. And here's another one. Here's just a little other piece of nuance. See how skinny he looks? See how he looks? He doesn't look blown up. This is not a test booster. This is, like I said before, the Slin and Blue, they are real products. So watch, look at this. When he shows the stack like this, you see those 2 bottles? Slin is a real product. Blue Ox is a real product. So you see how he's got a thinned out appearance? This is more of a... So one of the highlights and benefits of using a glucose disposal agent like Slin is it prevents fat gain. So you're basically optimizing the carbs that you put in to not convert to fat. It's pretty self-explanatory what happened here. He was huge. He took the Slin to optimize his nutrition, and he worked out a shit ton and took a placebo with a mild test boost agent. This is crazy. His numbers went up because he's starting from nothing, and he's introducing some sort of testosterone and a muscle building regimen in general. With the Slin, I'm a mastermind with sales, the turn and burn, fear of loss, all these sales tactics. Okay? So when I see this, and I needed to see these bottles just like this, it is a sales and marketing tactic. Oh, a bigger bottle. Oh, it's got to be doing more. No, the placebo's in the bigger bottle. To mask the contents, it's a bigger bottle. It's got to be doing more. But you can't just do this test with Black Ox, can you? It's got to be the stack. But is Blue Ox actually even a test booster? Because we know Tony Hughes is a lawyer. Take a look at this. All right, it's time to put the dagger. It's time to put the dagger in enhanced. This video is now just going to be to put the dagger in enhanced. Remember, we talked nuance. We talked about the law, and Tony Hughes is a lawyer. Enhanced testosterone booster. Okay? And when we look at the bottle, look at this. Male health, innovation. Do you see what it doesn't have on there? When we see test booster in the thumbnail, but when we go to the front of the bottle, it says men's wellness enhancer. Men's wellness enhancer, 150 capsules. Yeah, because they're not going to get sued when it's not really a testosterone booster, are they? Because it's not a testosterone booster. Wellness enhancer, huh? Testosterone booster and libido support. So they could get clipped for this title, but it's not technically actually on the bottle, so they can only get popped for false advertising. But if it's on the bottle, it's a lot more severe. This is new. Because if we go to like Blue Ox. Oh wow. Yeah, see this is the thing. This is the nuance, guys. Test enhancer. That's the old label. That is the old label. Here's the new label from Enhanced. The new label doesn't have that, does it? It has wellness enhancer. We have to pay attention to every word and how it is used. As you can see, this is enhancedlabs.com. This is the official site. I don't have it out for this company. I have it out for the individuals that took Leo and Longevity's life, and that's why we're here. So anyone that watches this video, if you're here to this point, I hope I didn't waste your time. And let me show you that it's very good that you made it to this point. I'm not here to waste anyone's time with the 2-hour video. I'm going to bring way more information than what the next person's going to bring. And I think this is very credible information. Take a look at this. This is the new bottle, new label. We showed in the we showed earlier in the video where you could double click to zoom. How we could double click to zoom. We are able to double click to zoom, and we are in the third picture able to double click to zoom. Okay, so we showed that there's a little hiccup there with the Black Ox. But Tony, you left the old distribution address. So you're distributed by Shuttlebrook Lane in Lander, huh? Must be a big facility. It must be a huge facility. You know, conveyor belts churning, smoke coming out the stacks. Let's see where it's. Let's see what the distribution center looks like. Huh. Wait. So wait. Is Lander... Okay, so... Oh, no. Okay, so it must be the whole conglomerate, right? It must be the whole section. No. Shadowbrook Lane is that plot of land right there. Because if we click these, you thought, oh, maybe it's a whole... No. This is another address. Direct solution. Now, my mind is thinking like, oh wow, like this could be just an extension. They own the house. These are the silos. This is where they purify and crystalline the formula. They come over here, and this is the distillation bunker area. They're doing full deliveries, and this is the U-turn for the delivery trucks. And I'm like, well, maybe this could be it. This could be it. And then it clicks. And I go here and I look and I see, oh, Flight Armor, some random company has used this address. And then we go up and we see, we click it again. And then we see that it's Direct Solution. It's some scam company where it's saying that this is a wheelchair accessible entrance. Okay, yeah, you sure about that, pal? And then we go back again, and then we see nth degree group. And we click this, and we see, oh, okay. What are we even looking at here? And then so we say, oh, let's go back. Wait, hold on. Fast and Easy LLC. And we're like, wait, what is going on here? What exactly is going on here? Yeah, like what's going on here? Oh, we figure out that Tony Huge's bottling and distribution company doesn't exist. Shocking test lab results. Are we talking about Connor Murphy? How in 2 weeks he went up 350 to 717? He doubled it in 2 weeks? Enhanced labs. Enhanced labs. Connor Murphy. Enhanced labs. Huberman. I'm going to see a Dylan Gemelli because Dylan Gemelli sold out. Enhanced lab. Tony Huge. What? Wait, hold. This one, test booster of the year. Generation Iron. You were part of the cabal. This should tell you everything you need to know. We watched that. That was fake. There's some dude that got paid off. Enhanced labs. Now, we're just going to type in C4 pre-workout review. Now, I know this is like super, mainstream, but I want to show you the comparison of a legitimate actual supplement and then people actually using this supplement. We got Shorty right here, the last honest influencer. Well, I should be in that category as well. C4, just random, yikes. C4 Rip Sport, review. Like, this is what, and then Cellucor got a honorable mention. The year that Tony Huge and Enhanced won Brand of the Year. Are you kidding me? Like, look, this is actually what a honest feedback on a social media platform looks like. Random people, some marketed things, some random shorties that are just there to, who is this woman? She might lift, she might not. The doctor chimes in. You feel me? Like, this is what it should look like. Not what we just saw. You can combat my narrative, but just like Durian Rider, just like the GOAT, the best cyclist ever known to man, he lives in Australia. His name is Durian Rider.
Our discs, our spine is made up of the bone, the vertebrae, and then you got these like water-filled, jelly-filled discs that act like sort of cushions and flexibility, hinges almost, for the spine. And if you dehydrate, if you get dehydrated, and over time, these discs, these spongy, soft discs, they harden, they dry out, they crack, they herniate, they bulge, etc. So the amount of water you drink, the foods you eat affect the disc health. I had no idea about that. So, I always focus on water for blood volume, water for feeling good, water for digestion, water for health, but I had no idea that our hydration habits affect our spinal health.
I'm an avid cyclist. I've only got 26,000 on Strava. He's got over 100,000 miles logged. 100 Ks logged. The man has 100 Ks logged. He is the GOAT. Hands down. This is the GOAT on YouTube. There is nobody better. And this is a phrase that he coined. The GOAT. He said, you can disagree with me, but you're still going to be wrong. And that's facts. You can disagree if you want to, and that's fine. That's to each his own, but you'll still be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to debate. I love to debate. There's a chance that in certain realms and reasons I will be wrong, but not when it comes to Enhanced Labs, Tony Huge, Connor Murphy, Straight Cody, John Bravo, Foxy, Canatha, and the entire cabal.
In her mind, she's not a prostitute. Mm-hmm. She's a girlfriend that if you want her full-time, you pay for her full-time. If you want her part-time, you pay for her part-time. So if I want her one day, I pay for her, but then still I get to have for the cost of having one girlfriend, let's say a girlfriend costs $1,000 a month in Thailand to have like really awesome girlfriend do everything for you. Instead of putting all of that into one girl, I could have a different girl every day. So 30 girls, but still only spend $1,000 in that month. Or what I like to do is I like to pick like six main girls and then rotate between them and sort of build long-term relationships with them. And for the time that they spend with me, I do support them, and it's very inexpensive.
Now, $30, what is that equivalent to over here in the U.S.?
No, you're saying $30 US, right? Or are you saying
so
baht?
$30 US?
Just everything in general in life. Me just working on this video. I've taken hours already. And I looked at the clock. I'm like, huh, shit. It flies. This video was 3 years ago. This is basically Tony revealing his thoughts and process about the harem to these, you know, wide-eyed gentlemen that are like, wow, I could have a harem. He's explaining the harem first and foremost to Leo, and then we know now what happens when what transpires over the time frame, over the years. Look what could happen in just 3 years. He's basically explaining the harem to these guys and that have never seen anything like that, never heard of, you know, and he's able to access and have this and doing a mathematical equation how he can have, you know, 30 for the price of one. Is it really worth it? I explained to you earlier in the video, just about an hour ago, what I would do if you want to have the 30 and I want one of those 30. I'm taking one of those 30 because I only need one, but I'm taking one of those 30 at will, sir. And if I'm spending 30, I might as well make it a lunch at the park, or make it a romantic 30. If it's only 30, 30. If it's only 30, okay, we can make it a walk on the beach. You know, we can make it a walk, or we can go by the pond, or I could learn a little bit of Thai and impress you with a little bit of Thai lingo. When have you ever heard Tony Hughes speak Thai? Never. And he lives there permanently. He is a tourist permanently with his mindset. I wish Leo would have never taken any of this advice.
No, but what I was asking is this. So do you ever feel like because I know you were hurt when you were younger in America in a deep long-term relationship that you had, and you learned over time that you had to sort of give yourself defenses by having options, by having security, to let yourself be the best that you can, even in that individual relationship. The question is, after all these years of maybe being around women that you know potentially up front want something from you, which of course could be better than someone not up front wanting something from you. But do you ever start to question, like, does anyone close to me really love me for me? If I lost, for example, my public image or my financial ability, do you ever get those fears that everyone's somewhat using you a little?
Well-rounded channel, man. This is before even 100K subs. This is like 15, 10K subs going into the in-depth combos that would have expanded into so much more. Remember how I gave advice to Parent Fitness that during a podcast, if you respect this man, you will frame your questions in a manner that you still get your point across, but you don't make the individual that you are presenting the questions to feel defensive. Leo and Longevity just showed you a masterclass in just that. Translation. Tony Hughes, these Thai girls are finessing you and taking you for your fucking bread, but you are getting fucking played because they don't care about you, man. So why are you hanging out and trying to get with women that don't care nothing about you but your resources? Why the fuck would you do that? Why don't you want something more beneficial and fruitful in your life? But if you ask it in that manner, he's going to be like, oh, man, I don't want to be here. He just showed you the masterclass, Perrin. To be honest, this channel was embarking on so much inclusivity on so many different topics. Tony Hughes, you have no idea. Connor Murphy, you have no idea. Straight Cody, you have no idea. John Bravo, you have no idea. Ennis, Swisschems.Is, you have no idea. Adam Judd, the Pattaya News Mole, you have no idea what you've done. This is the cabal. This man has all the finances and the money and the monetary backing to make all this happen and to finance and continue the cabal. Lil Durk is locked up because he was the money man for a murder to hire. The feds locked him up in a RICO. You remember that federal indictment? You remember the grand jury testimony? Tony Hughes ended up having a almost what would have been a confidential informant for the federal government jump out of a building to prevent the same thing from happening, from him having a RICO attached to him, and them saying, okay, we're using that 98% success rate and clearance rate against you. You've been manufacturing pharmaceuticals and saying it's this, and it's really a banned thermogenic. It's really a banned substance, but you're marketing it as this, but you're marketing it as that. I just showed you, Mr. Wellness Enhancer, that he never stopped being the same man that he was before when he ran the other fraudulent pharmaceutical company.
Position of Charles Anthony Hughes in the matter of Nutrition Distribution LLC versus Enhance Athlete Inc. et al. In the United States District Court, Eastern District of California, case number 2:17.
Did we all forget that Tony was a top lawyer himself and owned a multi-million-dollar law firm himself? He knew exactly what to say and how to go about this. Man, it was my dream to go to law school. Multi-millions, I will give it to Tony. He's good at making money. That is a skill set. That is a trade and a skill all in itself, right? I'm not that good at making money because I'm kind of like Leo. I don't really care about the money. I care about the message. I care about the knowledge. I really don't care about making money. I make enough to survive, and I make enough to help friends out in need or help people in need and, have things that make my life a little easier. He knew everything to say, has the top lawyers, and was a top lawyer himself, right? But I see through every single one of his plays. He's not getting past ICU. So when I depose you, Tony, it's not going to be this easy. I don't care who you got on your team. It's not going to be that easy. Right out of the gate, I'm going to bring up, why can't we on Black Ox double zoom your products? And also, distributed by Enhanced Labs at Shadowbrook Lane. You've tied yourself to a dirt lot this right here is where you've told the masses where you distribute your products. How are you distributing out of a dirt lot? Are you manufacturing it in the same area? Because there's no manufactured by, this is distributed by. The underlying theme here is if you see distributed by, that's normally where you manufacture and distribute when it's a top dollar organization. If we look at Cellucor, if you actually Google map, it's already a 2-hour video, so I'm not going to do it. But if you Google map Cellucor and their distribution center, it's normally manufactured and distributed in the same area. So you don't have to ship it to a distribution company who ships it out. When you see distributed by, it normally means manufactured and distributed by ... There's nothing there, sir. Cameras are cut on. Here you go. Talk to.
Talk to.
You are lost, but can easily be found. I'm not even printing this out in color. I'm not wasting my color on Mr. Hughes. This is going to be a black and white, paper, the cheap paper too, not the gloss paper. I'm going to slide it on the cheapest paper. Hey, tell us about your distribution company and why it's distributed in a dirt lot where other companies, fraudulent companies, are using the same address. Tell us about that. No, I don't think I should be here. And he'll get up and try to have the lawyers talk. It's going to be recorded and put on YouTube. Because guess what? Connor Murphy and Tony Hughes, they only care about perception. They care about how they're being perceived. And Tony can scam enough people because there's people all over the globe. It's not even the U.S. buyers that he's making a killing off of. It's not the U.S. It's the people that don't know what they're buying overseas that he's scamming for millions of dollars, guys. I'm sliding you to black and white and saying, what the fuck are you doing distributing here in this dirt lot? And Show me the studies. Show me exactly what's in here. Because John Bravo did a whole breakdown on how Greg Doucette's testosterone was fake. How about you do one on your buddy, Tony Huge, and the real guy that's selling supplements that aren't real? Because John Bravo's a fucking fraud. And part of the cabal.
I am Dr. Tony Huge, and we are here to crush ignorance and pioneer human evolution.
Oh, good. You'll never find in mainstream medicine the solutions to become superhuman. You'll only find the solutions to go from...
Holy shit! When you go down that rabbit hole, you start to uncover. All I was going to do was try to find a clip for the amount of money that Tony is spending on the harem is all financed by a fake supplement company, right? And it's in the millions, so I wanted to provide those facts. And I haven't even seen this. How long is this? 5 minutes? I wish it was longer. I have to talk to the man that created this documentary. I will. But I love diving into the nuance. I love it. I love it because if you're going to do a documentary on the man, it has to be with his moneymaker. He's got to have his moneymaker in the shot. And no, I'm not talking about that moneymaker you do, with, you know what I'm saying, on Foxy and the rest of them. I'm talking about...
You'll never find...
your biggest moneymaker. The biggest and the shiniest dinosaur, you know that blow up dinosaur? It's in the front of the building for a reason. Look at this photo here. What are our eyes drawn to first? If you would have moved them SARMs out the way, it would have been the bottle in the back. But it's not. It's the Black Ox. The big shiny dinosaur. Real quick, I haven't even really watched this yet. I'm going to go back and analyze it for you, and then we'll come back and chop it up. But if we look here, I have the same combo. We have our Cialis and our Viagra combo there. And then right next to that, we have our actual PCT, not the Black Ox that he says is a PCT. Clomid, the real PCT, the one that really works, that has tried and true reviews. S23, which is probably one of the strongest SARMs there is, and YK11, one of the second or third strongest SARMs. And then we have the only real reviewed product, probably his most purest product, and some smelling salts. So we actually have our SARMs, two of the strongest SARMs. Those are what I'm actually on. I got to be able to pipe, and I got my real PCT. These are my fluffers, my fluff products that I push out to the masses and don't even take myself, because this one's a placebo, but you got your setup there. See this combo right here? Viagra and Cialis? Speaking of that Viagra and Cialis combo, we've done 2 hours of due diligence already, so we know we got to do more. Was that Foxy's cake? Let's take a look, because this is a 2-hour video, right? So let's go back real quick. Let's go back memory lane, and I accidentally clicked Foxy's story, and that's what popped up. When, you know, we're talking about Foxy, I accidentally hit the story, and it came up. I didn't expect that to happen. I'm like, yo, what? I was like, I accidentally hit the story, and then this popped up. So I'm like, is that Foxy? I'm pretty sure that's... Yeah, hold on. We got to do this. So we got to take that, and then we got to go. Guys, all this is due diligence. I don't care, really, but we got to make sure that it's... Hold on. You know, guys, this is in the name of science, I promise. But it looks to me like Foxy got more juice. So whoever you use for the documentary, right? You use them for the documentary because you still want to have the little honeys in there, but you don't want to include a woman that you committed a crime with. Because if you could have anybody in this video, it would be Foxy. She got a little bit more cake, sir. But you couldn't. You can't. You cannot have the one you committed a crime with in the video. But guess what? The irony of this video is that you have Black Ox in the video. This supplement right here has made Tony Huge millions. I'm willing to bet millions. And packaging it in with the blue ox so you can't tell which one is the placebo and which one's the real deal is pretty up there, sir. But any deposition that I give you, you will not get through. I promise you. You cannot go up against ICU. 2018. It's 2024. 6 years. This is already that, man. All that shit in the past. I got a new company. Enhanced Labs. Enhanced India. Enhanced. All he did was switch the company name from Enhanced Athlete to Enhanced Labs. At all. He just...
Tony is now testing a chemical called SARMs to build muscle and burn fat. Studies show they can be less dangerous than steroids, but that's a low bar since SARMs can cause liver damage and blindness.
Oh, wait, is that Coach Trevor? Man. And when I really think about Coach Trevor distancing himself from Tony Huge, we see that Tony is in a Vice documentary. Think about it. Question ourselves. Why would Coach Trevor agree to, or why would they want to have something like this part of the documentary that Tony's creating supplements, unless Coach Trevor had this episode while the cameras were rolling away from Tony and wanted this documented because he's going to go or has gone, and wanted the documentary team to come in and have this evidence to tie it back to Tony Huge. I'm telling you guys, this is a scary rabbit hole, man, because we're going to come through and transition from what we just saw there to this UK Muscle Forum. Coach Trevor looking on death's doorstep, HGH rant, and we're in a bodybuilding forum. March of 2023. This is probably, I'm assuming, Tony Huge's video. And this is the page because it was March of 2023. The Ladyboy content. And Tony getting his own page clipped because it's all hitting the fan now. If you watch my other videos, I'm telling you that Tony put the Ladyboy content up there to get all this taken down. It's all coming full circle now. And this forum starts by saying he was diagnosed with cancer just over 3 years ago and attributes it to the rapid spread of it due to this GH use. And Trevor was using obscene dosages of HGH, and it should be an eye-opener for a safer model. Right here, it was basically, this confirms it. This is literally only a month after Leo on Longevity gets killed. And we have a comment on March 9th basically saying Tony Huge needs to stop encouraging crazy doses and keep it simple. Less is more. I never go over 600 mg of any steroid, not worth the risk. So we can logically deduce, right, that this video above is Tony Huge and Coach Trev, and everyone comes down in the comments is basically saying Trevor looks like shit, he's about to die. Tony freaks the fuck out because not only does he have all that Ladyboy content, his steroid company and his SARM company is literally killing people.
Okay, so the GHK copper, you did it as part of your bicep tear recovery. How did it feel?
It's like, so there was different methods, right? You can take it subcutaneous or you can take it intramuscular. Shit, I'm always getting in trouble with these videos with Tony, but it's just me saying, you don't know if maybe I'm just making up a story right now, okay? So everything I say is anyways just fantasy stuff. Don't, so I take it, right?
Hi, Tony. Yeah, we're going to figure it out because you're capping and bottling liquid SARMs, but we don't know where from because all you market with your name attached to it is pills. Pills, but we haven't put a face to your liquid SARMs yet. But here we are. And we figured it out. Yeah, and this is the face. And then we got these crazy chemists like Tony Huge and this guy bottling liquid SARMs for a company called Swisschems.Is.
I like injecting these things. They make me feel superhuman. Right now, I work for Dr. Tony Huge. I had a traumatic brain injury, so I came up with thousands of protocols.
Yeah, so I have had experiments that went really bad. I almost did die, but I also know how to counteract the side effects of this. So I was able to save my own life.
You could change your inner self with SARMs completely. With everything, all the protocols.
We've got a lot of new exciting products coming out. Come on, let's take a look at the new inventory.
And I'm gonna be the first person in the world to try this brand new product. You could change your inner self with SARMs.
As Leo Rex, Leo Longevity. For me, on January 30th, 2023, I received a text message. The text message was just saying, Lled is dead. And the text was sent by Tony's associate, Ines. I don't know exactly the nature of their relationship. I found out that Ines is the one managing Swisschems.
Leo and Longevity brought it all together. They are all part of the cabal. Swisschems.Is. Ennis, how you doing, champ? Tony, yeah. Joe Aesthetics, yeah. They're saying it was an aneurysm, right? That's a blood pressure issue. That's a blood pressure issue when it pops. So let's talk about it. Tony Huge protocol. We know that, Tony, you are a mastermind in the YouTube and social media algorithms. But we know that Joe Aesthetics was with your company, Enhanced, for 2 years. Joe Linder, but you've scrubbed every attachment to Joe Linder and Enhanced or Swisschems.Is off the internet, haven't you, sir? What are you protecting about Swisschems.Is? Bro, how many YouTube channels did this man have? Seriously. We know about Tony Huge muscle building, Tony Huge fat loss, like Mr. After Dark. Like, we know all this shit is his. All of it is his. How many YouTube channels did this man have? Tony Huge is a muscle building bitch. And let me tell you why. Because on this Tony Huge protocols, he has Leo and Longevity whacked. He gets the Ladyboy content to take down his main channel. On Tony Huge protocols, he uploads a month later with the man who killed him. And that's not even the kicker. He's now starting to copy the man he had kill him. He just basically took over the same content style as Leo and Longevity. Look at the thumbnails. He copied him. Look at the thumbnails. This was on purpose. This was on purpose. We are just getting started. Big Tone, boss of the cabal. You are not leaving the Matrix. You had the man in your thumbnail kill Leo and Longevity while being in the Matrix.
You know, because it's like, I don't need that in my life. I don't have to do this. I don't have to teach people. I don't have to share my experiences. I don't have to give up my privacy.
Your tour guide to the dark side of biohacking.
Connor, I feel the need to express my feelings about this.
Bro. What the fuck? Sharing how I feel about the recent drama and why I'm not sure if I want to continue making videos within the Matrix anymore. Would you look at that? 28th, 2022. You, Tony, after January 31st of 2023, you wait until April 13th of 2023 to come back out. But your girl was a little bit more bold. Your girl was 10 days earlier at April 3rd. Until it's back to business as usual for the cabal. And we are going to make a separate video on the nuance of the pictures that were sent to Lucy of the woman in Leo's phone to throw y'all off. Yeah, that's going to be for a whole nother video. Like I said, Perrin, I have a whole nother hour of content that I need to reveal. Let me reveal another gem for you, Mr. Karen Fitness. Fuckable Fairy, August 24th of 2022. And then we have a post of her in Thailand, October 5th of 2022. Look how innocent she looks. And then we get flowers. And the last to pop out in 2023 was on the 6-month anniversary of Leo and Longevity's death. And she doesn't post until July 31st of 2023. Because she was one of the killers. And part of the cabal. Look, even Connor looking at you like, oh, you really want to make this video with a straight face? When you really had me carry him out with some bed sheets and then put him back in and you ripped off the door handle, my guy? Oh, you really want to make this video? All right, bet. Let's go. 2 months after Connor crushes his skull with a golf club, here they are. And Tony's talking about how the Matrix is attacking him and why he hasn't been posting. Because this is a whole new individual, man. He can have these different personalities. Tony Huge fat loss, Tony Huge muscle building. I hope it's coming full circle for you guys. That this man is, like I'm telling you, it's a mastermind of this YouTube algorithm. This is crazy. We know why you haven't been uploading, Tony. January 31st of 2023, you had somebody bash Leo Longevity's head in at your crib. That's the reason why you haven't been uploading, sir. But we know it wasn't on the 31st either. Because of the decomposition state. And the fact that you were gone, you were here, but then you needed to magically leave. And then you need to magically come back for that weekend. Just like when you left, you magically went to baby mama number 4's. And then you magically came back. Okay, so we had to do the due diligence on this small documentary on Tony Huge. We find out that he is an underground clandestine chemist of SARMs. This is not good. And we have a comment here in the comment section that I found very chilling 2 weeks ago, actually. And Michael Williams from The Wire, he's been dead for 3 years. So this came out, I had to have been 4 or 5 years ago. So I followed Tony for years and bought some supplements from him. The most dangerous thing for me as a young man is that he is intelligent, well-spoken, and ideological. Chaos follows Tony. What? What the hell? Look at that, because my response is there, and I didn't notice that until I clicked his profile, and we just found a YouTube glitch. Damn! Wow. And it was about Leo and longevity. Insane. In-fucking-sane. You know, when you look at logos, you look at similarities, patterns, anomalies. We look at Generation Iron. We go back to the Generation Iron thing, right? We just put some snippets of this documentary. I don't want to take their whole content because they could just flag this whole video. Let's just say that what Tony's doing is putting me down a new rabbit hole because we know now that he's bottling and producing liquid SARMs and injectable substances. We saw that part of it. Remember how Vice, when they go to the cartel places and they're cooking the cocaina, they are doing that in plain sight because you'll never know who, what cartel it is or what the transportation route is. If you knew exactly who it was and how it was getting here and shit, they wouldn't do the Vice documentary, right? It's the same reason why Tony is doing the Vice documentary, showing him capping up SARMs and shit, because you're never going to find out what company name it is, right? Except Tony's not that fucking smart. 5 years ago, when this came out, He didn't think we tied to Swisschems.Is. And now he's got this website and his name and his face tied to Enhanced, and now Swisschems. He is the chemist behind Swisschems. And I need to know if anyone has actually bought something and injected it in their ass or in their delt or in their quad or in their, you know, I don't know, injected it wherever you injected it. And then you're not, and it hasn't, in your skin hasn't started to do the same thing that happens when you inject crocodile. And if anyone knows what crocodile will do to your ass, go look up a crocodile documentary. But if anybody, this is equivalent to a cartel boss letting Vice go in and do a documentary on them and then revealing the mask and being like, yeah, I work for the Tijuana cartel. Tijuana, that's my cartel. And you're like, you should have just kept the mask on, my dude. Like, we know now the leader, your face is out there and your pipeline and your route. This is exactly that. Swisschems.Is. And we knew that, but we didn't actually put a face to the actual bottling and creation. And we need to, I'm currently going down the rabbit hole of the gentleman that works for Dr. Tony Huge. I know his moniker names, and we're going to get his actual information. And he's already being, you know, there will be videos out on what the fuck is actually going on, because we're getting closer. And we're only getting closer because of Leo Longevity. And Leo and Longevity will bring us to the light because we continue to carry his torch. I don't want to reveal too much, too much. But let's say that maybe, you know, back in the day, you know, there was let's say back in the day, I basically did what Greg Doucette got in trouble for 11 years ago and got banned from cycling. He was bringing shit across state lines. And so I have a very intricate knowledge of how this all works. And basically you either you can go to these different countries, right? And you can take it and smuggle it in, or you have individuals that get this product shipped from Germany. There's a specific logo and hologram that you look for. And those are that's the real product, right? So you look for a specific hologram, you know, the person that can you get the goods with the actual hologram. And if you get the hologram and it matches the hologram, then you know it's from Germany, and you know it's from these countries that, like, I'm talking crazy shit. Like, I'm talking like guys that look better than Greg Doucette, guys that look better than, like, these guys are shredded. So that was how it was done, is basically, you know, the plug can get it from where you really want to get it from is Germany. You look for a specific hologram, and if you can match that hologram to the actual hologram that it needs to match, then you basically know that you got the plug. And you know, or you basically go to the doctor and you get it prescribed legally. So these guys that are making it are in the black market, and then the black market guys are making all this money, but the black market guys aren't getting it or is taking the same stuff. They're either going to a doctor and getting it prescribed, in a legal pharmacy in the States is producing it and they're getting a script for it, or they are getting it through a credible source. And I'm talking credible sources. Like, it's very hard because these guys will not give out this information for free. It's very expensive information, and once you get it, you still have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? But this is how it's done in the underworld. Those guys get it from Germany typically, and the German hologram is the hologram you want to look for. And if you have German roids, you are the plug. That's how it used to be. That's how, like, I'm not saying it, like, I'm just saying, like, I'm distancing myself from it, because if you know too much, you obviously, if you know too much, you're going to get tracked. And that's what's with anything. But I'm telling you, this is how it's done in the real world. The guys that are creating it, like Tony, he's not injecting his own stuff. He's getting his stuff made by legal pharmacies with a script, or has the Germany connect. Straight up. That's it. And then he's making things on the back end. I know I could tell you guys stories on top of stories on top of stories if I want to incriminate myself and show you how much I really know, but I can't do that. But I just know, like, the underworld of this specific sport and how it works. And it's just like, damn, this guy's a fraud, because he wouldn't even have lasted. Back in the day, we would have sniffed him out and he would have never made any money. There's so much new information out, and like I was saying earlier, it's 1984. If I keep saying something enough and I say, yo, say this, and then he says to somebody else, yo, please say this on your social media, and then he tells her, please put this on your page, it becomes fact, guys. And so Tony has literally done this. And let me show you, how. What I'm saying? So when you start looking at these anomalies, I thought Generation Iron was ran by those Arab dudes, and then they do like documentary style shit on Instagram, okay? But then when we see that it's like a marketing media company, right? We see like movies, original content, reviews, and then I started going down the rabbit hole of what SARM companies are enhanced making SARMs. But then I find it very funny that we come here to this pumping iron store and we look at the SARM section, and then we get here and then we see, oh, enhanced athlete growth, enhanced athlean, ostarine, and then we go down and we're like, whoa, this is literally a funnel, a pipeline for enhanced athlete now. But because he did have to switch it up, we'll have to find out if he actually had to stop producing and selling supplements bottled and sold under this company, right? And then we go from this pumping iron store that's selling all of enhanced products, Generation Iron. Look at the logo. Pumping iron, white exterior, yellow interior. Is that a coincidence now that we have Generation Iron, white, Generation Iron in yellow with the white underline in white? And they are the one that gives enhanced, not athlete, enhanced labs, test booster of the year. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, they're all involved and they are all part of the cabal. So I hate to say it, but do you see what Tony Huge is driving? Do you see all the women? It's not $30. It's not 30 girls at $1,000 a month. And just because it's Thailand, no, it's Tony Huge is very, very good at, even though he shows wealth, he's hiding an immense amount of wealth. Okay. I'm willing to believe now, and I'm proving to you throughout these videos, this is equivalent. This is the best example I've ever seen of 1984 in the flesh. I believe he has a part ownership or has to own part of this Generation Iron. He's on the back end. He's done a deal with the owners of Generation Iron and said, let me promote through this website, and I'm going to make it look like it's not me, just like Monster does with, or Coca-Cola does with all these other products. Okay? It is a, if you knew Coke owned, Mountain Dew or something like that, you wouldn't maybe drink it because you're like, oh, it's Coke or something. There's a lot of things that are like that in the world now, where it's this big conglomerate organization. They own these other organizations. They don't want you to know that they own it. Okay, but in the realm of bodybuilding, supplements, the internet, this is what 1984 and the government is trying to do with, and it didn't work, thank God, with Kamala Harris using Cardi B and all that. It gets sniffed out, but they are getting better at it. And thank you that Zuckerberg didn't get ultimate power, and these guys aren't getting ultimate power, and some of these guys are coming in and corrupting this ultimate power. But I hate to say it, but Tony Huge is kind of, with the money he's got and the pillars and stuff he's setting up, he's gaining this ultimate power over the supplement industry in the background without anyone knowing, and no one, he's basically like, look at this. Look at this little piece of due diligence. If I go here to Generation Iron, right? I go to their background. I go to their, like, how it's set up, okay? I go to Generation Iron. Look at this, okay? And then you get the feel of how this is set up. Okay? Now watch. I go to this. Now watch. I go to this pumping iron. You see this? You see how I get the same feel for the website? And then watch this. This is a little bit of due diligence. This is how I believe Tony's making a lot of his money. Like, look at this. I just went here. I went, boom, Instagram. Look at this. I just clicked on this. I clicked on one thing. Look at this. Okay? And it was this one. I just clicked on this one. Boom. I clicked on this first one. Okay? Go down here. Check DM, please. Did you buy something? And somebody chimes in, I did and haven't heard from them. Boom. Somebody's got scammed right away. You know, is this real or is it AI?
It's a time.
We have no idea now, guys. We have no idea. You know, I wouldn't post this much if I had... No, bro, no. I mean, why would you post 438 times and have no subs? There's no one you're posting to. I don't even know. Is that real? Is that how social media works? No, like Private MD Labs. So guys, this is all AI. This is 1984 in the flesh. We have no idea if any of this is real. We don't. Why would you be following? Why would you post 438 times and have no one to post to? But we have no idea. Maybe he is. But who are you posting to? Did you run all of your followers off? Like, I don't get it. There's a lot of stuff that I don't get. I mean, maybe this man did buy something, but if you buy something and it's just like me buying something from that guy, there's nobody following you, so you don't have any credibility. Just like this, like, to me, this has no credibility. It looks janky. It looks very, very, like, fake to me. I wouldn't buy nothing. Like, look, it's got one comment, but that comment got taken down. Because what happens is it shows it. Something got flagged as maybe spam or something. If you see that one, but you go to it, it's not there. It's the same way that I found that YouTube glitch. You shouldn't have been able to see that comment, because what happened is the YouTube algorithm, it got clipped for a specific word, which was probably death, Leo and longevity in the death. Right? It got pulled and held for review or taken down by the Vice documentary. But when I clicked on his profile, it still showed up. That is a YouTube glitch. That shouldn't have shown up for me. You understand? So we have to start thinking of it from like in this realm. Generation Iron. And if Pumping Iron is selling all of Tony Huge's shit by Enhanced, and Enhanced Athlete, mind you, where he shouldn't even have been selling that product, I'm going to have to look at the laws. I don't think he's by law allowed to sell any products under that name and logo, and that's why he changed it to Enhanced Labs. But there's still that Pumping Iron willing to sell his products because I think he owns the company and there's nothing that's regulating. Watch the full deposition and you actually read through these court files and shit like that. Leo Longevity is not the only one he had killed. Okay? I believe now that there was something that he knew. Something that Leo and Longevity knew that he didn't want. He just knew too much. He opened a notebook and shouldn't have opened. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, you went into that room? Oh, okay. And he kept his mouth shut. And then down the line, this is what happens. Okay? I'm honestly about 80% sure that he knew something he should have known. And he had to get taken out. He was right next to him. He lived right next to him. He put the sex doll up when Tony said, do not bring my sex doll into the equation. So he's willing to out him a little bit on social media. And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Man, it had nothing to do with these hyenas. It had nothing to do with these sharmutas. You know that bitch, John Bravo, how he says it? The sharmutas? Had nothing to do with the sharmutas. This is all about bodybuilding, sponsorships. There's no coincidence that Leo and Longevity gets shot and Connor Murphy just comes in right there and just takes his place, and Natty Plus protocols, and he's right there willing to pick up the slack because Tony Huge showed him the back end. Tony Huge showed Connor, this is what I could get you. This is exactly what I can get you if you pump Swisschems.Is and you pump Enhanced Labs and you pump the Natty Protocol and you pump Black Ox and you pump Blue Ox. Connor Murphy. And just to tie it all in, we look at Connor Murphy's links. The man who killed Leo in Longevity. And there's his code for Swisschems.Is. And Enhanced Labs. And the Natty Plus protocol, Black Ox and Blue Ox. It's all tied in with the supplementation and bodybuilding industry. Leo in Longevity was not killed over the sharmutas. It was over the back end.
Found out that NS is the one magic Swiss scam. And I know he was going to the house often. And from my understanding, he was there when the cops came. So I got the text message at 4 a.m. in the morning with the time difference. And I didn't see it until the morning. I at first didn't believe it, and then I received a call from Leo's mother that actually confirmed that he passed away.
Now after it's all said and done, you believe Connor Murphy will ever cross Tony Huge? No. Because he orchestrated all of this. Connor Murphy is scared of Tony Huge. I guarantee it. Tony is the puppeteer of this whole cabal. That's all he had to do. That's it. So why would he change anything? He don't have to change up. He's scot-free, right? No, he's got that boy ICU on his fucking neck. You little... Because of LNL and his passing. We will never give up. Charles Anthony Hughes, you are the boss of the cabal. This is just the beginning. Freedom, pioneers of human evolution. Maybe, just maybe, Leo in Longevity had a little bit more information than he should have had. Huh, Tone? He should have never listened to you. He should have never came out to Thailand. And now, looking back in hindsight, Tony Hughes, look how much damage the harem has caused. Y'all know who it is. It's ICU. And everything about us is blue collar. We gets it out the mud. Please stay tuned.